This video is going to kind of be a silly one, I guess you could say. But this is going to be the thing that I think makes the least sense in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. A lot of folks have problems with the book or love it. Seems to go both ways depending on how you perceive different sections of it. Some people love it because of all the versatility it adds. Some people hate it because it changes the concept of Dungeons and Dragons races. I'm not here to talk about any of that stuff. The book is amazing. It's a wonderful resource. It adds nothing but options for DMs and players. If you're playing 5th edition, you need this book. This Xanathar's in the Player's Handbook is a player's goldmine. But there's something that doesn't make any sense to me, and that's in the Battle Master build section. If you're keen-eyed, you might have picked up on it yourself. So let's go ahead and look. So if you're unfamiliar with this section, this is in the fighter section of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. And what it does is it says, hey, if you want to... Battle Master is very versatile, if you're unaware, right? The Battle Master fighter, especially with the new maneuvers that were added in Tasha's Cauldron, the Battle Master has become even more versatile. And you can pretty much fill the role of most fighter types if you choose the right sets of maneuvers. So that's what this is, right? It says, below are recommendations of how you might build a Battle Master to reflect certain types of warriors. So the first one on this list is an archer. I've said it before, there is no great archer class. Arcane Archer, I think, fails by the fact of its limitations of the how many arcane shots it can do, given the fact that what we've seen, the change to go to proficiency bonus times per long rest for certain things. Perhaps we should be doing proficiency bonus for the shots, the arcane shots. I don't know. But if you want to be an archer, here's how you could try to replicate that ability with a Battle Master. So take the fighting style of archery. Obviously, that makes sense. And what maneuvers should you take? It says disarming strike, distracting strike, and precision attack. Precision attack lets you add to the damage. Disarming lets you knock something out of somebody's hands. And distracting lets you, I think, provide either advantage to an ally or disadvantage to them. And Battle Master maneuvers, if you don't know, work when you hit with a weapon attack, not when you hit with a melee weapon attack. So all of those, or maybe some of them do, but the ones I'm talking about right here, they all work fine with a bow. And this is a feat to take sharpshooter, right? That's the bow feat. So then it goes on to say, you prefer to deal with your enemies from afar, trusting in a well-placed arrow, javelin, or sling bullet to end a fight without a response. You rely on accuracy and probably subscribe to the axiom that those who live by the sword die by the bow. Okay, so that's fine. And then the next one you can see is like a bodyguard, and it says, okay, what should you have? Either interception or protection fighting style. And it gives you a couple lists of maneuvers, right? Bait and switch. The asterisk means it's contained in this book. Disarming strike, goading attack, grappling strike, and then it gives you some feat options: alert, observant, sentinel, tough. Love, money, or some other obligation motivates you to place your own body between harm and the one you've sworn to protect. You have honed the ability to sniff out potential threats and see your charge through dangerous situations. So you get the point, right? But there's two in here that really bother me, and you probably know, but I'm going to talk about them. And if we scroll down, it's going to talk about the ones where we see some feat options. First up here is its duelist and its gladiator. Because if you look at the list of feats for all of them, they all seem relatively fine. But duelist and gladiator have the feats Weapon Master. Do you all remember what Weapon Master does? Weapon Master, if we scroll down over here and look at the Weapon Master feat, sorry, I meant to have this prepped, but I forgot. Weapon Master gives you a +1 to your strength or dexterity. That's fine. And you gain 4 proficiency with 4 weapons of your choice. Each must be a simple or martial weapon. Well, that's fine, because there isn't really anything outside of that other than improvised weapons. Okay, so I get a +1 on my strength or dex. That's good. I'm a fighter. It's probably going to be useful for me. And I get proficiency with 4 weapons of my choice. Well, when you start as a fighter, you get proficiency in all armor, shields, and all weapons. That includes all simple and martial weapons. If you multi-class out of fighter or into fighter, you get simple weapons and martial weapons. So no matter how you have access to fighter as a class, you will always have proficiency in all simple and all martial weapons. So there is absolutely no reason for you to take the Weapon Master feat, a feat that's sole purpose is to give you proficiency in 4 simpler martial weapons when you automatically have all of them all the time. You could say, well, it gives you a +1 to strength or dexterity. Yeah. Well, why wouldn't I just take a +2 to strength or dexterity instead, or any other feat of use? So I just don't know how this made it past QA on the Wizards side. I feel like that's a really big thing, and I've seen people mention it, and I'm a little late to the party on this, but I wanted to do all the coverage before I brought it up. But yeah, what the fuck? That makes no sense. Unless there was supposed to be some secret change to Weapon Master the feat, which would be great because it's often considered by most to be one of, if not the worst feats in the game, because all it does is give you proficiency with 4 weapons of your choice, simple or martial. Several races give you more than that. Again, multi-classing with any of the martial classes gives you that. There's ways to get this through a lot of different things. Certain subclasses will give you access to this as well. So I don't think I would ever be in a situation where I take Weapon Master as a feat choice for me. I'd either take the +2 to an ability score or pick something else. That being said, this is completely redundant and completely pointless on a fighter, no matter any way you slice it. Yet, it is still listed as a recommended feat for 2 of the fighters of the Battle Master builds in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So, I don't know. It just, while this book is great, obviously, it's not obviously perfect because we saw that. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe you have some crazy idea of why you think that should be in there. But as far as I can tell, rules as written, it's only purely redundant and pointless. It doesn't provide you anything extra. You can't swap out these class-based proficiencies with, tool-based proficiencies like you can with the custom lineage, which is for your race, not for your class. So really, taking the Weapon Master feat would just nerf your character by giving you a +1 when you could have had a +2, or giving you proficiency in 4 weapons, which, again, are pointless because you're considering as a Battle Master, you will have all of them, no matter which way you came by Battle Master. So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think, I think a lot of people agree that Weapon Master should be altered in some way. Perhaps it gives you proficiency with those 4 weapons, and then it gives you some extra damage boost of some kind, or lets you do something unique. I don't know, maybe if you're a Weapon Master, you can treat heavy, get you one-handed weapons as light weapons. I don't know, something like that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you again to my patrons over on Patreon for continuing to support me and the channel, and I will see you all next time.